Forget about the Nazi white supremacists, forget about the Indian Nazis and the Hispanic white supremacists. You've also got to pay attention to the black faces of white supremacy. That, of course, would be not just Larry Elder in California, but Clarence Thomas and Tim Scott. The View, the white ladies of The View, very, very upset at that white supremacist Tim Scott running for president.
He's one of these guys who, he's like Clarence Thomas, black Republican who believes in pulling yourself by your bootstraps, rather than, to me, understanding the systemic racism that African Americans face in this country and other minorities. He doesn't get it, neither does Clarence.
Right.
And that's why they're Republicans.
Yeah. I know.
He doesn't get it. Now let me, Joy Behar, I'm going to tell you all, it's almost like a Fauci voice. Well, they're both from New York. I'm going to tell you about the black experience in America because Clarence Thomas and Tim Scott, they don't understand it. Everyone's making fun of her for this. Some people are feigning outrage. Some people are genuinely offended. And everyone is mocking this idea that Joy Behar is advancing, that Tim Scott and Clarence Thomas could misunderstand the black experience in America. In Joy Behar's defense, it's not totally absurd in principle. In this case, it is. This is absurd because Joy Behar is totally out of touch and Clarence Thomas and Tim Scott are far more closely grounded to reality and they have a far more accurate perception of the world. But it's not totally out of the question that black people could not like black people or something like that. Black people could not like black identity racial politics. That's of course not out of the question. Think about women who oppose feminism. Is it absurd to suggest that some women oppose feminism? No, the women who oppose feminism have a far keener perception of reality than the pro-feminism women. And they're still women, and they recognize the complementarity of the sexes. And so they espouse a worldview that is contrary to the dominant liberal worldview. But that's very possible. People's views of reality, moral reality, physical reality, political reality, do not derive inevitably from physical characteristics. They don't. And I fear sometimes the conservative response to ridiculous babblings, the kind of which we just heard from Joy Behar, are to suggest that they are. Well, black men absolutely understand the black experience in America. And they're, by virtue of being black, they totally get it better than a white person does. That's not necessarily true. That's not, you don't need to experience something directly to have an understanding of it. In fact, sometimes having a little bit of a remove, having a little bit of perspective can help. The reason that Tim Scott and Clarence Thomas are right is because not only do they have some experience, but they have highly attuned faculties of reason and they perceive the world correctly and they begin from correct premises and they're just right. They're right because they're right, because they view the world correctly. They're not wrong because of the color of their skin. They're not right because of the color of their skin. They're just right. They're right because they're on the right. Okay? And it's a subtle distinction, but we don't want to take the bait from the libs and fall into their mistaken thinking. Right now, go to gcu.edu. Are you ready to take the next step in your education, but struggling to fit traditional classes into your busy schedule? Grand Canyon University's online programs are designed to make earning your degree easy and accessible, no matter your age or stage in life. Whether you're a busy professional looking to advance your career or a stay-at-home mom or dad juggling family responsibilities, GCU's online courses give you the flexibility that you need to learn on your own terms. I really love GCU. I visited the physical campus of GCU years ago. It was one of my first college speeches I ever gave. I was really impressed by all of the students there and their seriousness. And these guys are so serious and their education was so helpful to them that I now work with two of them. Two of them are my colleagues, one at the Daily Wire, one at Young America's Foundation. So GCU, man, they're punching above their weight, and they will specialize in helping you fit your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree into your busy day. From scholarships to customized scheduling, your graduation team, led by your own GCU counselor, provides you with the personal support that you need to succeed. Why wait? Take your education to the next level. Go to gcu.edu, gcu.edu. I'm just feeling very charitable today. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to give libs the benefit of the doubt left and right. Karine Jean-Pierre, she's getting raked over the coals because she said Democrats don't have a spending problem from the White House podium. Everybody, she was asked the question very directly because we're in this debt ceiling fight. Here's her answer.
Speaker McCarthy said yesterday in front of the White House that the reason why we are in this problem is because every time Democrats wanted to make a deal, they wanted to make a deal about spending more money. So do you agree with Speaker McCarthy that Democrats have a spending problem?
No.
To it.
No, to it. Look, I'll say this. The president's budget reduces the deficit, as you know, by nearly $3 trillion over 10 years. Right? This is a president that believes in dealing with the deficit in a real way. That's on top of the $1.7 trillion that the president has been able to reduce the deficit the last 2 years. So the president takes this very seriously.
Okay, Democrats don't have a spending problem. And then she gives these pretty weak and dubious numbers, the numbers which almost certainly are not accurate, and the numbers which are deceptive anyway, because the spending has gotten so insane in recent years that if you dial the volume up to 75 and then you take it back down to 65, but really your volume should be on a 1 to 10 scale, you could say, well, I reduced the volume from the loudspeaker, but it's still insanely loud. It's still going to blow out your eardrum, right? So all of that is a little ridiculous. But to her point, the Democrats do not have a spending problem. She's right. She's totally right. And I know conservatives are going to pull their hair out over this and say, you're lying, Karine Jean-Pierre, how could you possibly say such a thing? She could say such a thing because it's not a problem to the Democrats. It's the point. The Democrats don't have a spending problem. Democrats have a spending solution. Democrats' solution is we are coming up against a traditional culture that we've done a very good job of cracking and disassembling, but there's still a lot of common sense in America, and we haven't attained total perfect cultural hegemony yet. So how are we going to do that? We're going to wield the power of the state in an unprecedented way. And in order to wield the power of the state, we need a lot of money to do it. And that's going to have a double effect, because if we spend a lot of money, that's also going to weaken the order of our society, which is going to give us an opportunity to take even more power. And so the way that we're going to get more control over the culture is to spend an insane amount of money, indebt America to her enemies, and pummel our political opponents into submission. It's very bad. It's a bad thing to happen, but it's intentional, it's effective, it's a solution. When are the Democrats going to address the spending problem? Never. Never. They're never going to do that. That's what they're there for. They're there to wield that kind of power. Are we going to observe that and acknowledge that and try to turn the political situation to our advantage? Or are we going to say, wow, golly, she's crazy. Imagine if the shoe were on the other foot. Imagine if the shoe were on the other foot is going to be the epitaph on the headstone of conservatism. Boy, what a clip that was. Make sure that you ring that bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.